Stop overcomplicating your projects with heavy plugins. What looks like 3D here is actually an optical illusion created 100% with native shape layers. No secrets, just technique. I'll show you layer by layer exactly how I built this diamond shapes animation that made my edit go viral. Then let's get to work. First, I will create my standard edit composition. Let's create a shape layer. I'm going to select the ellipse tool to create a circle. Click on the layer and press Ctrl Alt Home and then Ctrl Home to center the layer. I'll press S to decrease the scale. Creates another shape layer. I'm gonna select the rectangle tool and fill the whole scene. Then I'll move the layer down. I'm going to rename the circle shapes in the background. Change the background color and add the radial gradient effect. In real height, I'll put 1. I'm going to decrease the outer radius to 400 and the inner radius to 84. Then I will change the color and put on a dark blue. And set the circle color to black. Next, press P on the circle layer and we'll create an animation coming from the bottom to the center. I select the 2 keyframes and create the velocity graph using the flow script. Now I'm going to duplicate the circle layer and rename it to Circle Shadow. Move to the bottom layer. I'll click S on the circle shadow layer and increase the scale and set the shape color to white. I'm going to set the scale to 119. Add the Gaussian blur effect in the layer and set the blur to 144. I'm going to change the layer's colors to make it easier to identify. Now click on the circle shadow layer and move the parent to the circle layer. Next, click on the background layer, select the gradient effect, press Alt and click on the center XY. And we're going to drag the expression loop to the circle's position. Now every background layer is following the circle layer. So let's create a new shape layer. Select the star tool. And to create the triangular shape, you just need to scroll down with your mouse. I will center it in the middle. I'll rename it to diamond and put the pink color. I will right click to pre-compose. Then go inside the comp. Activate the proportional grid. Then adjust the size and position to match mine. Now with the layer selected, click on Fill and change it to Gradient. Click OK and go to Coloring. In this section, you can add any color you want, but here in the first square, I'm using black, in the middle purple and the last pink. Then I'll adjust the color positions and put the pink one at the bottom. After adjusting, I will set the stroke to 1 and set the stroke color to white. Go to the layer, in Contents, Polystar, and Polystar Path 1, convert to Bezier Path. Select a path keyframe, then select the pen tool, press Ctrl and delete these 2 dots. Then click on the layer again and drag that point down. I'm going to uncheck the proportional grid option. Right click on the layer, select layer style and then outer glow. Go to the effect and set the color to white. Opacity to 50 and size to 15. Then click U and well advance it 29 keyframes. And select another path keyframe. And in this last keyframe, move the right side of the triangle to the other side. Select all keyframes, click F9 and then duplicate the layer. Click U on the duplicated layer, then move to the middle between the two keyframes of the bottom layer. Then move it down, click on Fill and set only one color and set the color to black. Now go back to the top layer and duplicate it and move the layer to the last keyframe of the layer below. Then move the layer below everything else. Drag the middle layer to the beginning of the first layer and drag the last layer to the first keyframe of the middle layer. Duplicate the second layer and move it below all layers. Again, place the beginning of the layer between the keyframes of the second layer, and continue doing the same with the other layers, alternating between pink and black. Next, I'll duplicate the last layer and move it to the top, placing its last keyframe between the keyframes of the layer below, and cut the layer in the last keyframe, so the 3D animation is ready. Now go back to Comp 1. On the diamond layer, create a position animation that moves from bottom to top. Next, select the keyframes and I will create the velocity using flow. Now right-click and pre-compose. Click R on the layer and in rotation set to -90. Then move the tip of the diamond to the circle shape. Duplicate the diamond layer, move it to the other side and set the rotation to 90. Then place the point of the diamond in the circle. Then create a new object layer that I will rename Diamonds Null. Connect the parent link of the two diamond layers to the new object. In the new object, create a rotation keyframe. In the first keyframe put 64 and in the last put 0. After selecting the keyframes and animating the speed, move the time indicator to the end of the layer, then connect the parent link of the new object to the circle layer. To repair the diamond layer that has been cut in half, enter the diamond comp, right-click on the comp and then click on the composition settings. And here, increase the height. Click OK and return to Comp 1. Here, at the end of the rotation, put 0. Okay, and I'll make the rotation speed graph smoother. And the animation is ready. If you have watched this far, I've created a community where I teach each scene of my edits step by step. On top of that, you get my project files, assets, and access to a private networking group. This is an exclusive beta access. The doors are open today, in January 27, for only 15 people. Link in the description. Bye!